Hey everyone, it's Mark with Mark's Virtual Real Estate Channel. Just making sure my microphone's on. And we're back with another real estate video, a virtual real estate video in Upland. So I really like Upland. It's been a ton of fun for me. And we've created some lazy nodes lately that have been a lot of fun for me as well. So in this video, we're going to talk more about the lazy nodes, talk about building and different ideas there, talk about our new Discord channel, which we just started, and some other news and other nodes as well, mostly the Century City node. So we'll have lots of information on that. Love seeing people like, subscribe, share all these videos, so keep that up. And then I have a real estate investing channel as well, Mark Ferguson, Best for More, if you want to check that out on things we're doing for flips, rentals, being an agent, all that cool stuff too. Okay, so we're in Queens right now, and they did announce in Chicago that they're releasing some previously locked properties for mint today, I believe. I haven't paid any attention to that at all. So I've been crazy busy, haven't had a lot of time. So I just completely ignored that. So sorry, I don't have any information on that. Not doing any minting there. I will show you some other areas where I did some minting though recently and why I did that. All right, so we're going to start off here. Upland is a virtual real estate game where you can buy properties that are the same size lot as real life. You can see right here. These are lots that are actually in the Neponset neighborhood in Queens, New York. And you can build on them too. So I recently just completed a build. So this property here, 425 Beach Street, 143 Street, weird address, but that's what it says. And I can decorate it. I don't think I have anything to decorate it with, but you can see I just built this beautiful townhouse. Excuse me, in case I forget to delete that later. But I had some other good tips here too, and that I can do shift and the arrow keys to kind of get a better, different look at things. And that's kind of cool to see the different angles, how the whole neighborhood looks, all the different builds we have going on. So we can scroll down here. Oh, maybe not quite that far. But it's kind of cool to see some action going on in Neponset. And so a node is basically where we go to a neighborhood like this and we get together, we buy properties, and by we I just mean me and people who follow my YouTube channel pretty much, and start building properties. There's not really too much you can do with builds yet. There are some stores that some people can start if you're approved for meta adventures and different things. Again, I'm not too far into that side of it, but it's still fun to build stuff. It makes the properties more valuable, and it's kind of a cool activity. So you can see we have some properties built here. I've got another one I'm working on right here. So I want to thank first the people who helped me build this, because you can stake Spark and help people build. So thank you for that. And if I go to this build right here, you can see I've got some other people helping me with this one as well. And I put most of my Spark that I had left over from that build into this build to help it go quicker. And you can see I have 9 days left on that one. So if anybody wants to contribute, totally welcome to. If not, I understand. No worries there. So that is Neponset and how it's looking right now. So pretty cool to see. I'm still buying properties here as well. So if I go to upexland.me and I go to Queens and I click on Neponset, and I already said it's for sale, and I already said it's a sort by sale price, and we look right here, we can see $33,400 is the base price. And what I've been doing is just once in a while, one will pop up in the 30s or 31, and I'll either buy it or make an offer. There were two that popped up in the last couple days for less than $30,000, and I think on both of them I made offers of $28,500, and they're accepted. So you can still get some good deals in Neponset. So it's definitely not, crazy priced. And I think given enough time, we will see prices definitely rise in this area. And you can see I've got quite a few properties I own here now as well. So that's cool to see. Let me know what you think of Neponset, how things are going there. I'm going to there we go, get a little straighter up view of it, because I'm going to go to a different area. So that's cool to see. If you haven't heard yet, we did start a Discord channel that is alive and running. We have been having a few discussions on there. I'll have a link to that below, or in some of my other videos I have a link to it as well. It's just Invest for More is what it's called. And then I just added a new channel too for real estate advice. If anybody wants some real estate advice, I'm happy to help out there too. All right, the other lazy node I did is Henry Ford. And I call it a lazy node because there's really no pressure for people to do anything. So we'll kind of talk about another different style of node later on, but my nodes are very low key. Like buy a property, hang out, don't do anything, sell properties, I don't care, right? There's no real rules. Just the whole point is just for us to get together, buy properties, have a little community, build stuff, and see what happens, right? There's no pressure. You don't have to abide by any real rules or anything. If you're just in it to try and flip properties and make money, fine. If you're not, fine. But you can see we've got more properties here coming up, which is pretty cool. So there we go. Again, that view is kind of cool just to see what's going on. More completed, some apartment buildings, some really cool stuff. And then, yeah, I've got one right here that we are working on the build too. And this one is 10 days away. So that's getting closer as well. Again, thank you to everybody who is donating Spark to my builds. I really appreciate that. And I am donating to Spark to a couple of other builds in here too. And we gave away some properties earlier or last month sometime. So we gave away 2 properties. That was kind of cool to be able to help people out and do that. And we'll have some more contests here too. So if you have ideas for contests, let me know. And one really good idea too was to have everybody decide what property to contribute Spark to. And I think that's a really good idea. So I'd love to see ideas on that. We could do like random drawings for somebody who's already started to build and give them some support. I mean, there's a chance you could get somebody who's not really paying attention to my channel and just happen to randomly build in this area as well, but it still helps out the neighborhood, and it might bring them into our Lazy Node and YouTube channel and Discord if they weren't in it already. So that's an idea. An idea is having, people have to do certain things, like, comment, do different things for the channel. There's also just, people who can give us a little story or background on why they think we should contribute to them. Or we have the coolest looking street view of a property, right? We could have people submit whatever street views they have, and then we could all vote on which one's the coolest looking. These are actually pretty cool looking, except for the eviction going on and the stuff in the yard. Pretty cool looking properties along this street. That's actually kind of neat. And then you've got the Henry Ford Hospital and stuff. So that's pretty cool. But lots of ideas there. So let me know what you think on that. So that is our kind of 2 very active nodes going on right now. And I'm going to switch and see what prices look like really quick here. We also have, someone asked about the 8 Mile node. So I did start the 8 Mile node too in Detroit as well. And yeah, real steady here. These 2 kind of lower price properties are both very small. So you can't build on that one. You might be able to build on this one. But that's why I kind of ignore them. And I've been at 24. Henry Ford is doing very well. And then, yeah, I still own a bunch of properties on 8 Mile. I just haven't been focusing on 8 Mile as much. I still think it has a lot of potential for the future. But here's 8 Mile with the properties I own there. It's just, I don't want to spread myself too thin, And then someone said, you probably shouldn't start any more nodes. And I agree 100%. I don't want to have like 7 nodes going. I think it's better to focus on just a couple neighborhoods, focus on them, and see how that goes. All right, now, other news. My map's all crooked. That's okay. So I do own properties in Century City. Century City might be the most famous node. I don't know. It's the one, maybe the most famous recent node, but it's pretty cool. I bought some properties here when prices were much lower. They're very high now, but you can see what is going on in Century City here. It's pretty crazy. So look at all the building happening and lots of big buildings. It's really cool. And so I said the opposite of a lazy node is like Century City. That's like they have rules, they have different guidelines, things you do for membership, like a hierarchy of people, of leaders, all kinds of crazy stuff, giveaways, all kinds of things going on. So if you aren't a part of Century City and you want to be a part of something that's really much more organized, much more time, community, like really a big thing, Century City is a cool one to do. So I do have one building here, and I bought a couple others. And some of these are actually for sale. Like, even though they're not listed, I have them for sale through the Century City has like their own sales process even, where they're selling them, I think, for 250,000 UPIX. Don't quote me on that, but I think that's how it works. So, and you can kind of see if you go to Century City now. Last I checked, the prices were very high. But they've got a way to help with that too, which they just started as well. 285, yeah. There's some expensive stuff there. And I saw a couple of properties drop below 200,000. I think it's during the Queens release, and I hopped on those. You see prices are quite high. So again, check out the Century City Discord to see exactly what's going on there. But because prices are so high here, they've kind of started a different secondary node to be a part of Century City and get in cheaper and that is in Beverlywood. And there are still properties here you can mint. So as you can see here, there are properties. I minted some. I went to LA so I could mint some. And you can hop in here, mint properties now, kind of get in to the Century City node and be a part of it more by owning properties in Beverlywood. And again, I don't have all the details. I haven't kept track of all their announcements and everything going on because I've been super busy and have a lot of things going on. But check out the Century City Discord if you want to get on that, learn more about what's going on there, and mint some properties. You can tell these are the ones that are going first because they're the cheapest ones. So still, it's expensive. You're in LA, so you're paying $35,000 to mint a property because it's LA and everything in LA is expensive, at least Southern LA. But it's still a lot cheaper than $280,000. So that's pretty cool. All right, so that is what's going on right now. Again, I'll link to the Discord below. I'll try to link to the Century City Discord as well too. Let me know what you think as far as contests, dedicating Spark to certain builds, how you're doing in the game. Love to hear all of that. Love to hear those comments below too from this video as well. That helps me out. So the more you comment and like my video, the more people see it, and that makes me feel better about my life. So I appreciate that. And we're getting closer to 1,000 subscribers as well, which would be cool to hit. All right, thanks for watching. We'll be back with much more coming up here soon.